Hey, I'm Kev, welcome back to MotoGP 18, where Mayo took a famous, fabulous last grass victory in his home race around the Misano World Circuit. Marco Simoncelli last time out. Can he follow up with a similar performance for the third visit to Spain of the season around the Motorland Aragon Circuit? So goes Mayo then for the first of three possible qualifying efforts, as he got the best axe Marcus's at 57.7. As you can see, it's pretty sunny overhead, but it's got white tyres on. It is a wet track. Just over 5 minutes remaining in the session. It's a very tricky track to stay on as well. May already abusing the track limits. As we go into his first sector, this is probably going to be his strongest sector. Second sector will be a bit tricky. Then the third and fourth, I'm not so sure about. But he's high on confidence. Fresh of a victory. Finally got that monkey off his back in Moto 2. Let's see what else he can do this season. Maybe push for a top 5 in the championship. You never know. Well, I'm guessing sector 2 is not his, as he's getting overtaken. Almost loses the bike as well. Just getting on the throttle anywhere, and the bike wants to go sideways. So going to the left and to the rear end, wants to overtake again on the brakes. As you can see, he's down. As I'm not sure 57.7 will be the best time, but then we thought that last time around Misano. That time proved to be very handy. As you go down the back straight, this is Slipstream City. Then towards the penultimate corner. Brilliant penultimate corner. Very quick entry, third gear. But you can still be making moves down the inside here. Especially if you run wide like that. No, just letting everyone by. I think at the end of this lap. Just kind of giving up on it. And he does a 59.3. Obviously hoping to do much better than that. Going to the first sector through that left-hander. It's going to be very tricky at the start. But there's Olivia 54.7. What the hell? How have you pulled that out from Miguel? We're trying to get this bike even round the track in these conditions is Mayo. Less than 5 minutes remaining. And then see, he's even slow in the first sector. Doing very poorly. Could be right at the back at the end of this qualifying session. Go into the roller coaster. To the right, then the left, to make sure you don't go too wide on the left. Make sure you're careful getting on the power as well, as you saw in the previous lap. Very easy to lose that rear. Do we have a dry track? Looks like the track is dry. Might be time to change tyres. There's 2.6 so now, Mario. Definitely off track is wet. On track though, does not look wet at all. Well, in this section it does. So once again, widen that left-hander. Apparently that's a PB though, is he's 3.5 seconds slower. He's just going to aim for a 58 on this lap. And he's just got one lap remaining. Look at him drop down the order. Might be starting from right from the back, Mayo. After being white at the front. Once again, wet conditions come to the fore. Let's see if the sudden change in settings help. Like they did in the Moto 3 level for Mario. They took it out 30 seconds. That is no place to be. He's going to struggle just to score points in the race if he ends up there. But this seems to be a much better first sector. Much smoother, just half a second down. Oh, and he goes wide like a hell on the right-hander. And again, the bite abysmal on the power. Again, just weird. It's through the left. Again, massive wheelie. He's just hooking it up a bit better now. Keeping that rider in front within view as well. He's 1.5 slower. Just no speed through the left hand as you go past the famous wall. But the only distinguishing feat around here in Aragon. Apart from its close racing, of course. There's a 2.1 back now for Mario, as he is last on the grid at the moment. Could get into the mid-pack with a mid-56 here. Low 57. As he just attacks that penultimate corner like a hell. Got the power decently out of the final corner, and it is a 56.8. It's got time for one more, that though. As he's 2 seconds back of Olivier. Let's see if we can find time on this lap then. Going for the unprecedented fourth lap. Don't often do that. But he needs it, Mario. Oh, he's starting right at the back. That's better. They're just 2 tenths down. Looks like that right hander a bit better, a bit over the curb, but at least he hit the apex this time. And downhill, through the right, rear end trying to get away, through the left. Front end trying to tuck. And getting on the power, massive wheelie. To go for the left hander, way too cautious through there. But still, it's an improvement. Just a second back. Go for the left. And all over the curve through the right. As again, this is a sector where you expect to see overtaken in the race. And set up the overtaken as well down this back straight. And he's 1.5 back now with Olivier. He's dropped down to 33rd. Can he get off the back row? By nailing this final sector again, if he just matches it. Like from his previous attempt. Be around 1.3 back maybe. As he gets hard on the power and across the line. It's a 56.9. As it's his teammate Brad Binder on pole ahead of Oliveira. Well done to the South African, with Baldassare in third, then Vergey, Marquez and Bagnaia on the second row, with Shirota, Mir and Piscini on the third row. In those head Navarro and Ika. Then we've got Remy Gardner, Marini, Agata, Lucatelli, Quartararo, Barbera. Bo Bent Snyder leading the seventh row ahead of Ordendale and Corsi. Way down the order for the Italian. Then Joe Roberts, Paoli and Kent. Vinales, Romano Fenati on the ninth row alongside Granado. Then we've got Nakashima, Fugolini and Kurodin. And McDonald with the improvements and 31st. On the back row alongside Dinello and Manzis. The whole field separated by just 2.2 seconds. So what can Mario do from the back? Can he even score some points? So here's Mario revving up then at the start. Waiting for the lights. 2, go. Out for 7 laps. Or frolicking in the wet. In Aragon as Manzi seems to have already been dispatched. Looks like Mario making some more moves into the top 30. Going right into the back of a number of riders as he goes very wide. It looks like he's in 30s, into the top 30 already. He's got Isaac Vinales in front. Oh, he did. Looks like Mayo making a move up to 28th then. got a number of riders to dive down the inside of. There's also someone down in front. Massive crash. There's this Ika down. Oh, the Spaniard teenagers. Is that someone else that's gone down? It's Mario hard on the power. Up into 21st. That cracking start. Whereas he next into the top 20. He's been forced back as Powley's into the points. Got a Bent Snyder battling for the points in front. Got Mario diving down the inside of Locatelli. Got riders in front. Got Chaos in front. What is going on? Number of riders gone down. Mario's into the points. What a crazy race so far. And another rider's down in front as they're going 3 wide. Onto the back straight. Danny Kent forced out by Mario. As he drops out the points. Got Isaac Vinales taking advantage. He's got Oddendale battling behind with Kent. Got Mario down the inside of Isaac Vinales for 14th. Got Locatelli in front. Oh, what is Vinales doing? Lost it in the final corner. As Baldassari leads. The chaos in Spain. Under the rain. He's got Fanati up to 9th ahead of Barbera. Got Piscini down in 25th. One of the victims of that opening lap. Got McDonald in the points. I thought he might not even get into the points, but when craziness like that happens around you, if you're near the back, you're always going to pick up some pieces. Down the inside of Locatelli. Bit too far back. Look at Remy Gardner in sit, battling with Agata and Marini. Fantastic for the Australian. There's all Mayo into Locatelli. That was a bit stupid. On the San Marino right, look at that, struggling to get on the power on this thing. He sees the top 10 right in front. He just keeps it calm and sensible like Powley is. Head of Barbera. And there goes McDonald ahead of Locatelli. Up into 13th. And look at that, 3 wide for 10th. How are they all surviving? So down hard on the power. He's got Barbera being the last of that 3 wide in front for the time being. And Bagnaia behind in 17th, ahead of Oldendale. Another front runner caught up in the opening lap shenanigans. That's where you go, Mario. There's an apex to hit. There you go. I suppose that's the fastest at 56.1. Mario with 57.4 shows how off the pace he is compared to the front runners. Well, he's definitely trying to push hard into these corners as Nakashima ahead of Danny Kent. 17th, Joe Roberts battling with Simone Corsi over 25th. Marini up into 6th. Head of Agata. You've got Fabio Quartararo winning that battle ahead. Barbera. You've got Powley dropping back in 12th. Got Mayo all over his backside in 13th. Got Agata ahead of Marini again. Here goes McDonald down the inside of Powley. Down the inside of the Malaysian. The wet weather specialist. On a couple of races at Moto 3 level in the wet. And showing it at Moto 2, he's still got that touch. These very tricky conditions. And Sam McDonald's got that place though. Up into 12, so a top 10 is feasible here. From the back, remember he's starting 31st. Found something in the race that he didn't in qualifying. We've got Brad Binder behind. The pole man out of the points. Obviously, he got caught up as well. More shenanigans. You can see Agata in sit right in front. Powley looking down the inside of McDonald. Not making the move though. Let's see if we can get some slipstream down this back straight. Unlikely. Paoli's probably getting the slipstream, and he is. Malaysian. No, keeps it nice and tight though. Through the penultimate corner. In the final corner, a bit scruffy onto the curb though. Another 57.4 set though. So at least he's consistent. Here's Mario. Very consistent at missing apex as well as Marcel Schrotter down in 27th, battling with Ika. So the German, another rider caught up in the opening of that malaise. There's Bagnaia now ahead of Paoli behind. McDonald got to get on the move on now. Otherwise the VR46 man will be all over his tail. And so Ika up to 26th ahead of Joe Roberts. Batting for home pride. Unfortunately, that's all he's going to be getting, the Spaniard. Not unlikely to get some points, unlike Brad Binder, who's now ahead of Locatelli. Got Sam Lowe's in 19th. And there is Bagnaia. Down the inside, McDonald just tried to get on the power and the bike was not having it. The rear end stability of this bike has been awful in these conditions. Total opposite of Mazzano. And the bike was nice and smooth. Didn't seem that struggling to get on the brakes as well. I know it's wet conditions, but still. Everyone else is so much smoother out there. Looks like McDonald's wringing the neck of this bike just to be in 13th. Which, if you look at the performance of his teammates, he shouldn't be. Especially as Binder's right in his tail now, the pole man. And down his inside, just like that. Oh, but Binder gets into McDonald in the braking zone, forces him wide. Oh, the top 10 dream might be going for McDonald. So it's an altercation with his teammate. He brakes for the first corner. Goes a bit too deep. Oh, just trying too hard, McDonald. Look down the inside for the right. No room. No room at the end. Got Piscini now. Ahead of Paoli for 16th. The Asian dropping like a stone. Out of the points, unfortunately. Well, for Schrotter making no progress, up to 32nd. Down the inside of Binder. Not able to do it as Bagnaia ahead of Hector Barbara for 11th. Oh, he's wide. Where you going, McDonald? Again, just strong to get on the power as well. Really slowing him down through the left-hander. You can see he really does lose time through that corner. He's just killing him in these conditions. As now here comes Piscini down his inside. He might not even score points, McDonald. What a horror show this second half of the race has been. From battling for a top 10, now he's battling to be in the points. We've got Piscini and his teammate Locatelli ganging up on him. When this time McDonald's held on, now he's getting slipstream for once down this back straight though. Not close enough to make the move on Piscini though. Oh, he's getting on the power in the rear end, kicking up. Locatelli has a little look. Not close enough as Baldassarre still leads ahead of Verga. He's upsetting the Spanish fans, is Baldassarre. Not upsetting his fans as well with some poor riding in the second half of this race. He's allowed faster guys like Bagnaia and Binder by, and Piscini. But he can definitely match Barbera. Remy Gardner out there as well. Should be sticking with this group. Surprised tyre wear isn't an issue, it looks like, heading into the final couple of laps. Just halfway worn the tyres. Will it be a bit more of the way McDonald's sliding the bike out there? And out braking himself. No, he just threw the roller coaster. Get one part wrong, second part follows. That's allowed Locatelli and those down his inside. Gets back up to 16th. Now can he get back past the Brit? So he actually nailed his braking for once into the left. And no. Gone wide. But he's still got the inside line on those. As he go through the right. Then the left. Oh, those down. And now we've got Pauli behind us. As he got into the final lap, those just rode into McDonald there. I'm not sure what the Brit was expecting, to be honest. Bit stupid from him. As we've got Baldassarri leading, heading onto the final lap ahead of Verge, Marquez, Oliveira. And Mir rounds out the top ahead, Agata and Gardner in 7th still. Fantastic from the Tech 3 rider. Well, brakes for the first corner onto this final lap. It's not the follow-up he would have wanted after Mazzano. Would have wanted an encore performance, but shocking qualifying. It's a difficult race, but then again, he made up so much great progress in those opening couple of laps. Thanks to all the dramas around him. But since then, he's just dropped back. He's just had no pace in these conditions. Something he's definitely got to improve upon. This is weather riding. Especially when it happens in the top class as well. Cannot afford to be a poor wet weather rider like he is at the moment. But now Pauli's coming back for a final point. That shows how poor McDonald's been. Dropped a few seconds back from Barbera and co. Sam Lowe's back for 25th now with Joe Roberts. Now he's got Pauli all over his tail, and again he's got that left-hander wrong, and Pauli's through into the right. Donald fights back into the next right, back past Pauli. They get elbow to elbow. And here comes Locatelli, snatching the final point. Out of nowhere. Corsi as well there. It's McDonald very aggressive on Locatelli. All over the curb. Oh, and here comes... Is that Lowe's? What is going on heading to the line? All I know is that McDonald's 15th. I think. He may be shaking his head, but his manoeuvre on Locatelli guaranteed a point, as Baldassarri just controlled that race from the off and won by almost 2 seconds ahead of Verge, with Alex Marquez in third, grabbing back some points ahead of Olivier, who set the fastest lap but misses out on the podium by half a second. But still, it's not big points taken out of his lead, with Mir in 5th. Agata, superb sit for the Swiss rider, ahead of Remy Gardner in 7th on that Tech 3. Then Marini Fanati in 9th, and then Bagnaia grabbing a top 10 ahead of Binder, Quartararo, Bassini, Barbera and McDonald. Grabs the final point just ahead of Ica, Corsi, Navarro, Locatelli, Odendahl, Pauli, who are all 3/10 separate them from a point. That's incredible, with Kuradin just a second off a point. And the second ahead of Sam Lowe's. What disappointment he had, the Brit, before he ran into McDonald. Then you've got Nakashima, Joe Roberts, then Ben Snyder, Danny Kent in 28th, Shirota with a race for the get in 29th, and Granado at the back. So in the championships, a 67-point lead for Olivia over Baldassarri, who's 20 points ahead of Alex Marquez. Definitely separated himself from the Spaniard as the Italian. You've got Brad Binder just 3 points ahead of Bagnaia. He's just 4 points ahead of Shirota, up into 5th now. Verge up to 7th, McDonald down to 9th in the battle for that top 5. You can see from Binder to McDonald just 25 points. Then 25 points back to Passini, rounds out the top 10. Almost has double the points of Ika. Has Courtois up to 12th ahead of Sam Lowe's. Big mover Agata up to 17th ahead of Fenati, with Corsi and Barbera dropping down, and Locatelli out of the top 20. Corradin up to 29th. So nothing achieved for McDonald after that race weekend. Lost some reputation once again in the wet. Cost him as he's up to level 81 for own position, front management and brakes management, 83 for lean angle, and barely anything earned development wise for the team. As once again Marquez wins, this time on home turf ahead of Dovi and Rossi. That seems to be a very frequent top 3. Then we've got Bezzecchi ahead of Jorge Martin and Bastianini. So no joy for the home fans apart from in MotoGP. Well, in the Red Bull Rookies Cup, it's just the same. Czech rider, the champion, ahead of Yonchu Twins. So for McDonald, he might actually have some bike development available. Let's check this out. So he can actually upgrade the braking power of the bike. We'll improve the suspension, the ability to absorb the shocks of the surface roughness or the bike stability. We'll improve the frame, rate of descent of the bike when cornering, or react faster when steering the bike. Then the aerodynamics, which are heavily developed. You can't do anything with that. You can't increase the top speed or increase the downforce to prevent re-ins being pulled, which he definitely does want to happen. So does he develop the bike, or does he wait till next time? I think he might just wait till next time, because the brakes aren't too bad on the bike. He's just finding that setup, that confidence in the wet, really, for Mario. It's next time we head to Thailand, the newest circuit on the MotoGP calendar, the Grand Prix motorcycle calendar. Has Mario was decent round there in Moto 3. Can he be the same in Moto 2 and bounce back from a disappointing performance in Aragon? Thanks for watching, and we'll find out next time.